Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Avery Looper here at M2C Racing. We're in the lab with the M2C Mega Kraton XL. I want to tell you guys something about this. I'm going to flip the camera around. My Insta360 doesn't work very well inside, as you guys saw from one of my previous videos. So we're on the phone. So bear with me because I'm going to have to do this one-handed. All right, this is it, boys. The M2C Mega Kraton. Yeah. Caught it though. I'll clip out the part where I put it back in the chair, but kind of funny, really. Shout out to Officer Matt for the awesome stands. Just a little too much for this one though. Okay, let me y'all hold on. Let me put my wires back up so y'all can see what's going on. All right. Who else wrecks a car in their freaking office? How do you even do that? Anyway. So here she is. This is with the red cap body, which is kind of what I designed it around because Basher Bodies is currently making us a body. But y'all can see from the Do RC video how well this body kind of ties in with everything. And it almost fits, okay? So, I mean, you could trim this back here a little bit. But Basher Bodies was coming up with something specifically for this car that will have the correct wheelbase that you guys are really going to love. But you know, when I saw Kenny over at Do RC lay it on top of that low C5T chassis, I don't know much about the low C5Ts, but it was the same size, which means it's probably about the same wheelbase, which means there might be a body out there that currently fits this thing even better. But once I saw him paint that body up, I don't know, man. I was loving it. It looked so sweet with the wing. Anyway, I know y'all want to get into this thing, so I left myself a few notes. First thing I want to cover is the rotation of the wires above the steering rack. Ain't nobody else going to be required to move this wire, okay? Or to move any of the wires. What happened was, before Kenny could finish producing the video, I already made a new slide. That's a 30 pinion, by the way. I already made a new slide. As you can see, this slide has been rotated up. So that now, let me see if I can get you guys in here. So that now you can easily have a small pinion and plenty of clearance. Can you see that up there, guys? It's very hard to see. It's close, but it clears. Okay. Now, he had already finished producing the video before I could get this slide out to him because we were doing all this on the fly. So that was one thing I wanted to cover first. All right. And the way that all this ties in on the back here, I wanted to go over in a little more detail. Now, he already had the upgraded rear mounting position. Okay, we moved it a 1/4 inch forward, okay, so that the slide block can fit. There's a slide block back here, which is this part, which bolts to the part that cups the motor. All right, now I've got a hose clamp in here because I always go overboard. All right, you are not going to break that hose clamp in that direction. The chances of you doing that are so unlikely unless you over torque it and rip it out. I got some double lock 500-pound zip ties that James McCoy recommended the other day. He put one on his and it looked pretty clean. And, you know, we're going to test all this stuff out, of course. That may come with the kit, it may not, okay? So I'm going to put you down for a second and bring the motor out so we can go over that more. Okay, so we got the motor out. As you can see, like Kenny was saying, you got 6 places on this face, right? Now, the mounting pattern for the motor, it has a 40 millimeter pattern and a 30 millimeter pattern. And this one here is 27.5 degrees. The 40 millimeter pattern is 27.5 degrees off from the 30 millimeter pattern. So you got a few more options with that. But I chose to use the 30 millimeter pattern and just rotate it 30 degrees. So no matter which orientation your motor comes in at, you'll be able to fit with this slide or the 3810. Some people may need the 3810 on earlier production motors, and if you need one with this kit, I'll send you one. All right, anyway, let's get into some more little techno babble here. Here's how this thing goes around the back. All right, I don't have it tightened down right now, but that's how the hose clamp locks into this 7075 plate, which is bolted to this hardened steel block. It's hard to see in there, so I wanted to bring it out here so y'all could see it. Now this block goes past center line so that the motor is actually resting on this block, and it will always be resting on this block. And from what I can see, you can go anywhere from a 27 pinion was the minimum. Now you may have to trim this a little bit to use a 27 pinion because of the way the wire sticks out. Now a couple of the other testers actually rotated this motor 90 degrees and had their wires over here, but I wanted to make sure you guys could put it in this orientation, because I think straight up you got a better shot to the wires. Okay, and you can go all the way out to 45 tooth. This is a 39. You can go all the way out to 3945. I did not write down what that total tooth count was for this video. I apologize for that, guys. But you can add 39 plus 45, and you could probably go out further. But as you can see, we got a couple of screw positions here, and we got 3 screw positions down there. That's the max tooth count you can get with all the screws in. You know, if you want to get crazy with it, I mean, you're going to be locked down in the back. Now you will have this little slot right here. Now these holes are for the Max 4th kit, okay? These holes right here won't be in your chassis. These holes right here are the final version, because what happened was we found out that some of the motors were clocked different, because I actually built this setup off of a prototype motor that I was able to get my hands on. Okay, and I had built it a little bit closer. Let's pull this thing out. I had built it a little bit closer so that this block and the locking block that goes off of it could slide right under that screw when the motor was orientated like that. And it was going to be pretty tricky. You were just barely going to be able to get the central wire in. What happened is we had a couple of different orientations that we had to deal with, so I added a 1/4 inch to it. So now, one-hander. I need to get that little head mount thing. That's why I like that Insta360 camera so much. It's because it's got that little hat mount, but it doesn't work well inside. Anyway, so now you have a 1/4 inch added off the back of the motor. See how it stops in the motor there? You got a 1/4 inch added, so now you can clear it. No matter what position it's in, you got plenty of room for your central wire and for the locking block. Yours will be black. That one's a prototype, of course. Yours will be black. And those screws come in from these holes down here. And I'm going to leave you 2 positions because you might want to use a small pinion. You might want to use a huge pinion. Okay. So now that we're done with this big old motor, we have got it set up with the Cobra 5 HV. And that's just sitting just pretty. Got plenty of room for your servo saver, and there shouldn't be anything here because of where the battery box is, and you really shouldn't have any kind of interference issues there. Nobody said anything about it. Okay, so now let's cover length. All right, so the wheelbase of the new truck is going to be 562.6. No, y'all don't worry about that. These are my notes. 562.6 millimeters, 562 millimeters from center line of the axle to center line of the axle. All right, we're extended 38.1 millimeters in the front and 33.5 millimeters in the rear. And the reason I chose those numbers is if you scale a Kraton 6S, okay, I forgot the scale number I used, but if you scale a Kraton 6S overall length to the Mojave 6S wheelbase, all right, what I did is I just played with the scale number until I had the same wheelbase times, you know, 1.52 or whatever it was. I forget the exact numbers. I should have wrote that down for the video. Until I had the Mojave wheelbase. All right. And then I took that number, the scale factor, I took the scale factor number and I used that on the Mega Kraton XL. All right. And I did move the front just a little bit more than the rear so that I could accommodate this monster motor that Castle came out with. All right. So in order to do that, we're going to have to extend the bracing, of course. Now, of course, I got the carbon fiber bracing on here with the carbon fiber rod ends. You guys will be happy to know I just put in an order for red 2mm carbon fiber bracing. Working on pricing because y'all know with the tariffs and everything, the pricing is changing. So I'm working on that, trying to get the best deal we can get out of it. You will not be required to upgrade, although you should, to the carbon fiber bracing. The kit will come standard with these the smaller style braces that can screw on and it looks super nice and they'll work just fine. There's a couple of the test team that are using just these braces without the carbon fiber bracing. We're going to see how they hold up. We haven't had a problem with bracing and we don't intend to have a problem with bracing because the force is linear on these braces. It's not like you're twisting or compressing like this or anything. You're pushing or pulling. It's a very linear force. So we're going to be fine with that style brace or this style brace. Now, of course, this style brace right here is sexy and it looks good and it does increase the strength. Okay. So what else have we done here? So as you can see that now we can use longer batteries because we have more chassis length. Okay. So there's going to be 3 positions. You can use the standard Kraton position, which would be these first 2 holes. All right. But now there's going to be, let's lift this big girl up. But now there's going to be a set of four holes. Now you can go in the front, you can go in the middle, and you can go to the end. And that means that you can get, I believe, let's grab the tape because I don't want to lie to you. Cut this part out. I don't want to lie to you, but I believe I did the calculation, and now you can fit. It's about 7 3/4 long battery that you can fit in this truck now. Okay. And you can also, this is adjustable, as you guys already know. That's adjustable and you can move it around some. So you can fit tall stubby packs also. So that's also an added advantage of the Kraton XL platform. And something else about the Kraton XL platform that you're well aware of, I don't know if I'm in frame right here, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the handling on the Kraton XL. I mean, it's been around for a lot of years, all right? We sell the Kraton XL kits for the 6S, and it's just an awesome platform. And that's why I wanted to bring this platform up to 5th scale. And I'm really excited about this. The testers are going to be getting these trucks on the ground and in the air, hopefully this weekend, because, everybody, these guys got lives. You can't expect them to just drop everything and build this truck. And not only that, but through the past 2 weeks since I mailed these packages out, we run into things because we got like 10 guys. All right, there's 9 guys that have them right now. We got 10 trucks. All right, and I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? Me and Luis have been busting our hump on this truck for like 2 months. All right, and before the test team even saw it. Okay, I told them, they knew what was going on and what was coming, but. Excuse me. But we've been busting our hump on this truck for like 2 months because you have to design everything on this thing. We have to design new bracing, new brace ends, new bracing in the middle, and we adapted these hardened steel braces. And we also got to try to figure, hey, is this going to be strong enough? Do we need to increase it? What are we needing to do? A lot of things are involved, as you guys probably already know. But now, when you get this thing into the tester's hands, now you're looking at, oh, well, what about this? Oh, well, my motor faceplate it clocked the same as your prototype motor faceplate. That was a big one. That really kicked me in the huevos. I struggled through that for a couple of days because the motor has a 6-position faceplate that mounts to the motor, but the actual motor slide position is 90 degrees apart. So that means that you can turn this thing 60 degrees, all right, but the motor slide only rotated 90 degrees, okay? Or you could rotate it 60 degrees in the other direction, which would be a 120 total, but the motor slide is still only on a 90 degrees, so it's not in relationship turning the same amount. So in order to get my slide right, it was a little bit challenging. First we ran into the rear of it, and then we ran into the front of it. So I kind of been chasing my tail a little bit. I'm trying to run my shop too. But that's what we do. And y'all can see I got my air conditioner off in my office. I'm sitting here sweating, trying to get y'all this video done. It's still hot and humid down here in the South. We did have a great week this week. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to get you guys kind of a backroom perspective on how much goes into this stuff, because I know you guys like my How Do They Do That videos, and I love doing them because I like sharing what we do and having fun with it. I enjoy it. I really love what I do and the opportunity to get to create these new trucks and new parts and to provide them for you guys. It's just fun, and it's a real privilege. And I'm so grateful to the test team, and I'm so grateful to all of you for allowing us to get in here and make stuff, and you guys supporting our company. And I just want to thank all of you guys, because we can't do it without you, man. Without you, the customer, we can't do it. And I also want to ask y'all, I'm going to really work hard to build up the M2C YouTube channel. I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe, and we're going to bring you a lot more great content, a lot more behind the scenes stuff. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this thing done. This truck will be out in a few weeks, I hope.